Hello and welcome to a new video. As you can tell from the title of this video, we are doing another mini sort of sketchbook tour. You guys seemed to like it when I did it for this one last time, so I decided, seeing as I just finished this one recently, I would do it for this one as well. So this isn't an actual sketchbook, this is an ideas book, hence. And this is just a cheap notebook that I got from Asda several years ago, and it's got like really cheap paper in it, but it's perfect for this kind of thing. And I just doodled on it. I actually did this for a video, and then I stuck some stickers on it. So this one I just got from a pack from Amazon, I think. This is my sticker of Ghastly, and then these also came in other like sticker packs, except these two are actually from Ohuhu. Let's begin. So in these books I basically just take notes of everything as well as making little doodles. So there are chunks of writing sometimes when I'm like trying to get ideas down of like my thoughts for a video or for a product that I've been sent, and then stuff like this. Like this was because I saw someone's art, so I just wanted to use the acrylic pens that I had and see if I could match the colours from the picture. I started this book on the 30th of September. I finished it this year in July, so it took almost a year to complete, but the goal of this isn't to complete it, it's just to help me make notes and stuff. Here is when I was playing Dragon Age and I wanted to remember which of my characters was romancing who. I needed to make a note of it somewhere because I could never remember. So I was going through a Dragon Age phase, so like here I saw a pose that I really liked that I wanted to draw for Cullen, and here I was planning like redraws of old Dragon Age drawings from like previous books that I didn't end up doing. These were some more ideas for the Inktober, Badtober that I had been doing. And then also here is when I had watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, so there's just some sketches of Cowboy Deadpool because I really liked his design. Yeah. I also like to sometimes I go through a lot of phases, as I'm sure you're aware if you've been following me for any length of time. I jump between like fandoms a lot, but I don't always like make art for it in my proper sketchbook. So like here, I think I was watching Gab's replay House of Ashes, so I was like, do I want to draw Jason? And it was just this drawing, it never went any further than this. So it's kind of fun to track where my thoughts have gone, because I think it is a lot more chaotic in these ideas book, because my intention isn't for it to look pretty, so it really is just like rough sketches that are just so that I can figure things out, which I do I wish I could translate that into my proper sketchbook more, but no matter how much I try to be like loose with things, I still have like this need for it to look nice in my sketchbook, so I'm still learning to try and get over that so much. But it's why I really like these idea books, because they're so messy and I don't care, you know, and if things end up looking nice then that's cool, you know, it's nice in my book. But because the other thing is I only sketch in ballpoint pen, again because it doesn't need to look pretty, which helps me with my line confidence, but it also means they're not going to smudge on previous pages, which is something that I have a lot of trouble with in my normal sketchbook. And to combat that, I usually put lots of scrap paper in the pages before it to protect them. This down here is when I was doing one of the Tokyo treat boxes, and I was just planning out what I wanted to do inspired by the treats that came from that. And then this was a more final design of this one, because initially he was going to have like an octopus hat thing on, and he ended up just being this cute little fisherman cat instead. This is when I gave up on doing the Badtober. I got to day 18 and I just gave up because I struggle with those art challenges, and the next one starts tomorrow for me right now. So hopefully I can do that one for a while. I guess you guys will know because you were in the future. Who knows how far I got with that one. And yeah, here is where I just wanted to remind myself I wanted to draw Cullen and Varric with a beard. I really liked the idea of limiting yourself to 2 colours, just using highlights and shadows. So I wanted to do that down here to just remind myself to do it, which again, I never did, but it's here, so I can always come back and look through this book if I ever want to. Which is another handy thing about doing this all in a book, is I used to do it on little pieces of like post-it notes and scrap paper, and then when I was done with it, I would either stick it in my sketchbook where I had done the final idea, or I would throw it away, which feels like a waste, but also doing it in a sketchbook means I can come back and see all the ideas I've ever had, which means I can build on them, work on them. Ones that I ended up never doing, I can be like, I'm gonna do that now. It's also fun to just doodle in if I'm bored, which again, I wish I could do it in my actual sketchbook, but I can't, so for now this is the next best thing. And then over here as well is Connor from Detroit Become Human. I've had this idea for ages that I want to draw him with pigeons. I've still yet to do it, but every time I see this I'm like, I should do that. Some more notes. This one is to do with Baldur's Gate, back when I was playing my 3rd run, I think. And then this was planning for my Ohuhu water-based video. Yeah, and I just thumbnailed ideas, and this is what I ended up doing for the video. And I also drew a hare. I'm not sure why, but I like it. I think it's a cute hare. Yeah, and then just a bunch of notes. I think this is from when I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War or something, and you have to do some like code breaking in that game, so I was just doing it in this little book because why not? Some Pokemon, because I'm forever obsessed with Pokemon, it seems, and I was just drawing some that I like but I never usually draw or bring attention to. And Lucanus and Spite from Dragon Age Veilguard. I wanted to do something like edgy or angsty with them, but I didn't do it because I actually didn't do that much fan art for that game because it was a little disappointing. But I put ideas in this book regardless. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I got a cheap Sally statue from Primark. The paint job on it was terrible, and I was planning on filming it. I think I did, but I don't know where the footage is. I wanted to repaint it and make it look really pretty and give it to my mum because she loves Sally. So here I was just planning like how, if at all, I wanted to change her face. And then this was planning for the final Tokyo Treat video, which I really struggled to come together with, but I ended up really liking this sort of collage-y scrapbook idea, so that's what I went with. And then this is... what's their name? Is it Tash? This is Tash, one of the companions from Dragon Age Veilguard, and I really like their design, but for some reason all the Kunari, which is a race of these people in the Dragon Age world, they're like descendants of dragons, I think. All of them for some reason had like really weird foreheads. Like in all the previous games, their foreheads were fine, like they were really cool in Dragon Age 2, but in this one for some reason their foreheads are like massive. So I just wanted to draw Tash with more of a sloped forehead that like blends more into their horns rather than what it was. I just prefer it. I think it's not as dramatic here as I would have liked, but I much prefer it to how they look in the game because it just looks weird to me. But yeah, I really liked how this doodle turned out as well, because this was the first and only time actually that I've ever drawn them, so I was really happy with it. So then, as is the way, I was planning what each of the companions' Pokemon would be. Yeah, I wanted Tash to have Haxorus because I just think they match really well together. I really want to draw Emmerich again. I love his design. And then yeah, just some more doodles. Some more ideas from Dragon Age that I wanted to do. So this is actually just from a screenshot. I just really liked how Emmerich looked, and he's like really incredibly fun to draw, like I said. So even though it's like a super lazy doodle. I really like how he turned out, how his silhouette of his face looked. Down here I wanted to do the Anne Hathaway meme that I don't remember what it's from, but I wanted it to be with Nev, Rook and Lucanis because, well, I went into the game planning to romance Lucanis but ended up romancing Nev, so I thought it was just kind of like perfect. Here I was planning out what I wanted my second character, if I played it again, to look like, and I did start it again but I just got sick of it, so I stopped playing. Here's more Dragon Age Veilguard. Down here I made a note of the character Mavaris. Her outfit in that game was kind of really cool, and I said it would make a really cool Spider Sona outfit. And then here I just kind of wanted to slightly redesign the Morn Watcher's outfit. I'll put a picture of it up here, what it really looks like. It's so slim fitted, like that it kind of looks horrible. I hate how it looks. Its silhouette is just not flattering at all, in my opinion, and I think they just needed to change some things. Like, I don't know what this shoulder bit is called, but I felt like if they made it longer, if they made more puffy bits in the clothes, so then the slim fitted areas stood out more and it actually looked nice, I feel like that would have fixed it a lot, because you don't get to change, or do you? I can't remember, but I thought you couldn't change your casual clothes when you're in the home hub area. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like the outfit would look better with a different silhouette, basically. It's just a simple thing, but I think it fixed it a lot. Pokemon. Oh, here was another design I was trying to change. I thought, would the Morn Watcher outfit look alright with this, but just some more Pokemon, because I was playing Heart Gold and I had a different team of Pokemon than usual. So we've got Potato, the Paras, and Syrup, the Senret. And then I was just planning out ideas from the show. I did do a couple of them and they are in my actual sketchbook, but these are just like ideas, you know, if I wanted to do more. And then some cute little doodles here. I love Paris so much. I don't like Drowsy, but I tried to draw him in a cute way, and it is still cuter than what Drowsy usually looks like, but I don't like him still. I just don't like Drowsy. I'm sorry. More ideas from, and then this was, I was trying to help my mum with a painting she was doing like deer and a landscape thing, so I was just trying to help her figure out a good composition for it. I wanted to do Cullen in this heart wood thing that I had, but I didn't end up doing anything for it. Another Jade that I did actually paint, but I didn't like it and I left it with my mum, so I don't have it and I can't remember what it looks like, and I don't think I posted it anywhere. So this was some planning for the Secret Santa that I did for my Patreons over on Discord. So I also did Jinx's gun because, you know, it's a really cool design. And here I was also trying to plan out a Baba Yaga house, because I saw someone on YouTube making one, you know, like a sculpture, and I loved it so much and I really wanted to make one, but I never ended up doing that. Maybe one day I will, but I didn't. That seems to be the way with this sketchbook of maybe one day I'll do it, but I probably won't. Mix of Zelda, the house again, some Merlin ideas that I didn't do, Brewster from Animal Crossing, and then this is something called, I think it's called a money, which is like this little blank doll thing that I've had for years and I've never ever done anything with. So I was trying to design something for it, and then I was like, oh, make the Baba Yaga house in Minecraft. I don't know how easy that would be. That sounds pretty tricky. And then I was drawing more Pokemon, as you can tell. Down here, I'm not sure if you can tell, but you really can't tell. I tried to draw Budu as like that Sailor Moon thing that people were drawing ages ago, because in my Nuzlocke I got a Budu and I named it Sailor Moon. And I can't remember why. I loved her so much and I'm so sad because when I was playing it again recently, she died. Sailor Moon died. So I can't use her anymore. But anyway, this is Pickles, who is my Piplup, but she is from my Nuzlocke as well, and I just wanted to draw her because I don't think I've ever drawn like Prinplup before, and I really like how it turned out. I think it looks really cute. And then more Pokemon. Here I was planning how to draw Swampert for my brother for a Christmas present, and this isn't what I end up doing. I draw something else, but I was trying to figure it out. Here I was making a Christmas tree topper because I made a little, or it's kind of big, but I made a fake Christmas tree out of lollipop sticks a little while back, and each year, because it's with my mum in France, each year that I go there I make a new Christmas topper. Let me show you. So these are the two that I've done so far. So for the first year it was Colin Robinson from What We Do in the Shadows, and then for the second year, which I was planning here, it's Darumaka, because I love Darumaka and I am so happy with how he turned out. This is just like cheap wood. Our vegetables and stuff came in, and I just thought it's perfect to cut out and just use, and you just stick it in the top and it's a Christmas tree topper. So yes, I won't be doing one this year unfortunately because I will not be visiting my mum, but I've still got these, so yay. And then this is just planning for the Pokemon challenge thing. It's a prompt list created by Orange Cream Swirls, and I found them ages ago, but I actually can't find any of their socials now. I don't know if they've changed their name or something. So I was just going through it and I drew a lot of Darumaka to fill the space because I guess I'm a little obsessed with Darumaka. Yeah, and then just doing some more. This was really fun just planning it out here because then I did it properly in my sketchbook. So this is how I ended up doing Swampert for my brother, and he named his Swampert Kipper, which I think is adorable. This was the final design that I went with. I was just planning for Lydia's Draw This in Your Style, which I did start, but I didn't like how it ended up, so I never did anything with it. Here are some more Pokemon from my Nuzlocke. This is Leia. She is an Onyx. She died, unfortunately, which was a shame because she was one of my strongest Pokemon. Dingaling, I just thought he was cute, but he's actually never been in my party. And then Duncan, he is adorable and he's still going strong. He doesn't really do anything on my team, but he's there. More planning for... This was when Ohuhu sent me the gift box, I believe, and I wanted to make just a little video using the alcohol and acrylic markers. So this was just planning for what I was going to do, and I ended up going with this one, and I have a reel of it here on my channel, so you can check that out if you want. And then more ideas, because obviously when deers and wolves are involved, it's gotta be Red Dead, you know, it's Arthur Morgan, what can I say? And here I was trying to come up with an idea for, because it was the year of the snake, so I'm guessing this is sometime in January. I wanted to come up with a snake design, and I didn't come up with anything that I liked. This was the closest, but I didn't like it enough, so I didn't end up doing anything. And I typically don't do things for like the beginning of the year, so I probably won't do one for next year either. I was drawing Jolteon here in like cat poses because I love Jolteon, and I was drawing them again for a little Ohuhu video using their water-based pens that came with that gift box. Right here is where I actually started that Pokemon challenge I was talking about. So I was planning how to have the Pokemon fit into their squares. This was basically a shopping list of stuff that I wanted to get. The only thing I ended up getting was this. I mean, it's really good, it's really handy, but I just mean I didn't get everything else that I wanted, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world, it was just stuff that I felt like getting at the time. This was for that bear picture that I drew, I did a reel of as well. And then here are a load more Jolteon pictures in different cat poses, which was a lot of fun. And same with Elekid. I was trying to figure out how to draw Elekid in a simple way that suited my style that I could do again and again, and I really like how all of them turned out. He just looks so cute. Here, my pen was being a right nuisance. It just kept dying. I think eventually I swapped it out because I think it was just out of ink. So I shouldn't have been so mean to it, but yeah, I was just using this page to bring it back to life. Little doodle of my boy Wrench. This was me planning out, like, trying to come up with songs for Kara. And yeah, here is more of the drawing the Pokemon in the grid format. So yeah, I was really struggling. I love Totodile to pieces. He is one of my absolute favourite Pokemon, but I cannot draw him. I don't know how to draw him. It always turns out so bad. So I was just trying to figure out a simple way. Yeah, so then there's just loads more here as well. And this here is an idea where I wanted to draw Zombie Wrench in the style of Night of the Living Dead, but it's Night of the Living Wrench. I still really, really like this idea, and I keep meaning to do it. Every time I see it or I think of it, I really, really want to do it, but then I don't do it. I have to do it. I'm making a note of it. I have to do it. I did it. I've written it down. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm probably not, oh my god. But I really want to do it because I love the idea of it. In my head, there's like loads of neon greens and blacks, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. I was just drawing some sea life, having a lot of fun with it. I wanted to create a Sculpey sardine pack. I think I've been seeing a lot of people do that, or this one person, I'm not sure, but I loved the idea of it. Yeah, then here I was just, because I'd had fun drawing these, I just wanted to draw some sharks with some like dilated pupils. That was a lot of fun, more fun than it should be. I highly recommend doing that, just finding some pictures of sharks and drawing them with massive pupils. These were just some ideas. This was like for this tarot deck that I wanted to design all the, or they were playing cards, sorry, that I wanted to put demons and stuff on. And this was a cute idea for like, if you had like, if you made like miniature pirate ships or just boats in general, if you made like a case for them to be stored in to look like a glass bottle, so that then when you close it, it looks like those miniatures of a ship in a bottle. And I think that is such a cute idea. But I don't know how I'd do that unless I used like a plastic bottle, which would probably not look so great. I also don't have miniature ships, so there's kind of no point to do that. But I really like the idea of that as like a storage container. And then more Pokemon planning for the grid. Yeah, Wreck This Deck, I was doing some planning for it again here. This was a... what is it? It was like a character sheet idea that I was planning out with my brother for a tabletop RPG, Pirate Borg, and I think they're really fun. But we ended up using the ones that came with the set, I think. More of the Pokemon grid stuff, and then more of the coming up with ideas for my Wreck This Deck game that I was playing. Here was planning for a picture that I did for Caroline. If you don't know her, she's a really cool artist. Absolutely should check out her channel as well. She makes some gorgeous art. Here I was complaining about the Pokemon centers in Pokemon Scarlet because I do not like how they're designed. They look like ugly, modern, like they give like petrol station vibes, you know? I don't like it. So I was just planning here like what I would prefer, because I was saying I can only assume that they are like that for convenience sake. Like it removes a loading screen of having to go into a building. But I think something like this, where it's like a cute building where you have just like a drive-by entrance if you need to, where you just pop up to the nurse and you say, hey, I want heal me, and then if you want potions and stuff, you just go inside and there's a shop. But if you want to heal, you don't even have to go inside. You can just talk to Nurse Joy or whatever and then just carry on playing. I just feel like it would fit the vibes a lot more as well, because the ones that they do have just adds to how empty the world feels, in my opinion. And then down here there's just a Kakashi, because I drew it for my friend because she loves him. This is a bee demon because I thought it would be funny if he was a demon but he's a bee, so he's like, please call me Beeman. It's so lame. It's so bad. And then these were just rough designs. Don't look at how bad this is. This is so bad. But these were rough designs for characters from when we were playing Pirate Borg, just to get an idea down of what a couple people looked like. This is a redraw of an old design that I did once of Kara as a cowboy. And then on this side, I doodled my characters, who are the title page of my Just Gone sketchbook, because I realised I'd never drawn anything more with them, so I was like, I should probably do something. And I still haven't. I like this little doodle down here. I think it's cute how it turned out, but I think I do plan a couple other things as well, but I haven't really done anything with them. And then here's just Guzma and his Galissapod, because I like them. Then there is this just sketch of Cornelia from Witch. This is when I started getting into the witch moment, which I did a video on. And then Groucho and Julian from Animal Crossing, because I love them. Here is planning I did for my friend Hannah's Draw This in Your Style, which I meant to do properly, but I just never got around to doing. And I really like how the sketch turned out, but I didn't do anything more with it. I wish I had, but I didn't. Yeah, and then here is more of the witch stuff. So here I was drawing Haylin because she is my favourite. And then this was planning out like different costume or outfit ideas for them. This is my character from Sea of Thieves. I think he's just like a funny, goofy guy, so I just felt like doodling him. And then here are some like band ideas for my OCs, and when I decided to give Caesar different hair, which I'm really glad I did because I like how his new hair looks. This was just a cute little doodle I did. She is a yarrow fairy. I wanted to design them for my mum because she really likes the plant yarrow. So I drew this on a proper thing and sent it to her for, was it for her birthday? I'm not entirely sure, but I sent it to her because I thought she'd like it. And then down here is Mike from Mike's YouTube channel. He had this wig on for a video. I can't remember what video it is, and that's really bugging me, but he looked great, so I had to draw him. More witch stuff that I thought was really fun. Kieran from Red Dead. I had all these ideas I wanted to draw for him because he is so adorable. And then here I just wanted to, I guess, do some studies of Spirit's face from the film Spirit, because I really love the animation style for that film. And yeah, it's kind of tricky. I had fun with it, and I kind of like how they turned out in the end. I think the fringe makes a big difference, because when I was drawing just the faces, the proportions were weird, but adding his fringe mane made it look a lot better. And then I just tried to apply it to a photo of someone on a horse, and not a huge fan of how it turned out, but you know, it was a test, you know, an experiment. Here's a little more of trying to come up with something for my character, the one that's from the title page of my previous sketchbook. I wanted to try and come up more with like who she worships and how maybe she met the celestial being from that piece. Then just a cute little doodle of Cornelia in this top that I found that I thought would really suit her look. And then this is just some hazmat people. My brother was telling me about an idea for a story he's working on. I wanted to just draw down what was in my head, and I thought it would be funny to have this dynamic of two hazmat people. Like, it would be like, for me, it would be like a little comedy thing. Looking at some corpse of something, and the mushrooms are like really growing crazy on it, and they're like, well, that's not normal. And then I was designing a Darumaka Tamagotchi because I really want one and I think that would be really, really cute. And I don't have a Tamagotchi, so I thought I could make my own. Obviously it wouldn't work, but it would purely be a display product, a display item, yeah. And then this was a little planning for my 3 emoji challenge that I did a little while ago. I just needed to try and come up with some ideas for a couple of things because I was really struggling. Yeah, I just sketched it out a little bit here and it really helped me figure that out. Except I was really struggling on the last prompt. It was the one with the dragon mask. So I was sketching several ideas for a while until I landed on the one I ended up doing. This I find funny. I just sketched Arthur drawing in his little book. and he's just drawing how much he hates Micah in coloured pen, because I thought that would be really funny. And then this and this down here is stuff from American Gods. I wanted to do more fan art for it, but I kind of fell out of love for that show, so I didn't want to do more than I did. And this is my courier from Fallout New Vegas, because my brother was playing it again, and it got me thinking about my character, so I just doodled her a little bit here. And I gave her a name. Her name's Missy. This here I was thinking about Kara in the clown circus alternate universe thing that I messed around with for a bit, and how did I want her hat to work. If they go up, they hide her horns better, but I really like how they look down. So maybe it would be very unnatural and they move with her mood kind of thing, like they can just move for whatever reason. Yeah, here's more of the trying to figure out the fourth prompt for the emoji thing. Then this is Michelle from Sorry We're Closed. I really love that game, and it inspired a whole video of trying out a new style for my OCs. Here's more of the fourth emoji again. I was really struggling, and I think I ended up going with this here. And this is my character Nick. I was just messing around with his new hair, which I really like, and just how he would style it. And I did that for a bit here for him, because I think he is the least developed of my Graveyard Bash characters, so I just wanted to get more of a feel for him. And yeah, I really like how he looks here. I think it's nice. It suits him, I think. And then I have my other characters, Clarissa and Bertha. I wanted to do a bit more with them. I was in the mood for drawing some knight armor, and I thought Bertha would look really nice in some like proper armor, as opposed to the fantasy stuff I usually do for her. And this was some planning for that video where I was trying out the new style for my characters. This is, again, because I was really into Sorry We're Closed, I was trying to mess around with, if I made my own game, if Kara was the main character, how it would work. And because she's the lead singer but she also plays guitar, I was just figuring out, like, she could probably have like two weapons, like you could change between microphone and guitar, and just seeing what different attacks might look like for both of those. I really like it. It's something I would love to do one day, because I have so many ideas for it. I think that would be really fun. And so I was then also just drawing her in different outfits that I was coming across on Pinterest, which was a lot of fun. I really like how this turned out. These two characters here this is it. I had an idea of coming up with these two like military soldiers, and where one of them is a vampire. I never really developed it, but it's something I like the idea of and the dynamic of. So, and then here is Kara's family. I was trying to develop it a bit more. This is the first time I'd ever created an image of her mum. I really like how this turned out, even though it's really simple. She looks so kind. And I drew Kara, Desmond and Tristan as little babies. I was really enjoying doing that. So yeah, I messed around with that a lot. So this is Edith again. And this is her girlfriend, Clementine, although I think they're married now. They raised Kara and her brothers together. I think I talk more about this in depth in that style change video. It's a Q&A video. I'll have that linked in the description, along with other videos as well, if you are interested. And then here's some more. I wanted to show Clementine just interacting with them more to figure out her dynamic a bit. So this is little Tristan, and his dad is a fire demon. So I thought it'd be cute if he's just like on her lap, and because she's a wood dryad, she's just like, let's hope he's not too much like his father. And then down here it's just her having a nightmare that she's holding him and he is just on fire. And this I actually did turn into a proper picture in my book. Here is just a little concept of, because Clementine has like leaves for hair, so it gets bigger and she'll need a hair trim. So this is just Edith cutting her hair, and I think it's really cute. I love them so much, so I find all of it really cute. And I really enjoy just doodling them like this. Some more for the OC video, just some little doodles that I think I did end up doing in the video as well. Another outfit for Kara. I was just having so much fun with this. Like, there's more here as well. And then here was just an idea because they're in a band together. Nick is a werewolf, so I thought it would be cute if it was like his birthday during one of the concerts. So to celebrate his birthday, you know, he's in wolf form and all the other band members are wearing wolf masks. I just really like the idea of that. Just a doodle of a train. My idea is that it is a dimension hopping train from Kara's story, and it's like how you get from like all the dimensions to a different one. So for example, they live in one of the like realms of hell or whatever, so they use this train to get to Earth or to visit their friends in other places. Then I was just doodling some owls down here, and this one I gave a knife because it looked like it should have a knife. I really love owls, so I was having a lot of fun drawing them. And that's how I came up with my idea of giving one like a super long neck, which I gave to my priest character. That doesn't make sense. He is in the world of my priest character, and he like watches over him and guides him and gives him advice. So then just some more owls, although what is that? That might be an owl bear from Baldur's Gate. This was a bunny mech toy that I saw on Pinterest that I just liked the shape of, so I just sketched it out. And then Halcyon from Baldur's Gate because I love him. Messing around with Kara again, I drew these stars here and then gave them faces, and it made me want to turn them into these actual little characters in her Astro uniform, which is what I call this uniform. She has like jetpacks in her shoes. Asil art helped me name them, so they're called Asta and Ophelia for like Astrophel, which I thought was really cute. And I gave them little tushies because one of you on my story was like, give it a tush, and it suits it so well. This was a character creation thing that I was making notes of from a video by Ayoops. I don't know how you say their name. This is Kara in another fun outfit. It's a boxy suit outfit that I really, really love the silhouette of. And then this is where I came up with the character Caleb, the priest character, where I was just doodling ideas of him, and that's how I also came up with this idea of the sort of enemies in his story. This was planning for a Kara plushie that unfortunately it didn't work out. Like, I was really, really excited to create a real Kara plushie with an actual company who would manufacture them, but the contract didn't work out. There were just some things in it that made me feel uncomfortable, and I just didn't trust it, so that kind of got scrapped. But these are some of the designs that I was coming up with for it. More outfit ideas for Kara. I think they're really cute. This is the plushie again, I think they're really cute, and I actually did some proper coloured versions of them with like a whole turnaround because I was really, really invested in it, but it didn't work. Yeah, that makes me sad. And then I got into wrench again. I'm sure if you watched my sketchbook tour, you know that I go into wrench. What the hell kind of sentence is that? I get into Watch Dogs frequently, and this was another one of those moments, and this was my doodling for it and planning out this little sort of animatic for him. And this is a thumbnailing for a small comic I did for Desmond that I posted on my Patreon. This was a while ago now. I don't think I posted it anywhere else actually. And I just did this page of it, and I wanted to then do a little add-on bit to make it a bit more light-hearted, but I never got around to doing it because just doing this took a lot out of me, so I just left it as a bit of a sad story. Some more Watch Dogs stuff. Night of the Living Wrench again, because I keep coming back to that idea. More doodles of Wrench messing around. These were ideas. I was trying to come up with some like sort of graphical design things that are in keeping with the style for Watch Dogs 2 for a page that I did in my sketchbook, and it was fun just like looking at a ton of the art from the game and picking out elements and making it my own. That was really fun. I really liked this. As much as I struggle doing like graphical designs like that, I do really enjoy doing it. So yeah, this is planning for another challenge that I did in a video where you guys sent me some images and I turned it into characters. Then I got into Marvel a bit, so I've got the idea of Captain America playing Smash or Pass, and I wanted to come up with a sort of cowgirl Pokemon trainer. And then this is the pin from The Last of Us, because I still really like that design. And then I was messing around with this font that Flesh PNG uses a lot, so I was just trying to figure it out myself, and so I practiced it with Who the Hell is Bucky because I was into Bucky at the time, and I doodled him wearing a Hello Kitty top because I like mixing Hello Kitty with Marvel, apparently. And with everything, I think, actually. And then this is just a bunch of nothing. Oh, this was me trying to turn Kara into more of a demon, I guess. Here, this was planning for trying to come up with a design for the plant pot that I designed in a video. I didn't end up doing any of that. Some pigeons. This was back when I started my current sketchbook, I think. I doodled these, and then I decided that I wanted to also do these in my book. Slowdrio, because it's from the Pokemon Fusion thing, and this was the very first one I ever got back when I first heard of it, and I love Slowdrio. I think it's funny. Trying to come up with little sticker designs for my characters. These two are my little icon characters. He's King and he's adorable. I love him. And then some little cute faces when I was doing these like rotten egg pictures in my book. This was the first sketch for my zombie apocalypse character that then turned into what he became, and I didn't know what to name him, so he was PT, then he was Davy, and now I think he's Floyd. And this was to remind me to do a painting that I have in my current sketchbook of Clown Fungus on Instagram. This was an idea I had ages ago. I wanted to do an astronaut with a shark, and I did do it in my Himi gouache video, which was like one of the last couple videos I posted at this point, I think, and that was a lot of fun. I really like how this one turned out. I really like how the final for it turned out. And then I drew this character with a cat helmet, which is how I created my character Cat, because I was really into this sort of style with like motorbike helmets. So they actually have like rollerblades that they wear, but they also like bikes. I haven't really done any more with them in regards to that, but that's the idea. This was an idea for Joel that I did end up painting from The Last of Us, where he's got like fungus sprouting out of his head. And I wanted to do something for Ellie as well, but I never did it because I fell out of the Last of Us phase. Just some sharks. This was another plan for my plant pot that I never did. And then this was sketching again for my character Cat, just a little logo idea. And here they're holding King because I kind of want them to be like, King is, what is it? King isn't the mascot for them, but it's like the same way how like Formula 1 drivers or whatever like wear sponsored logos and stuff. So maybe King is a sponsor of Cat. This is a lot. Doodling Higgs from Death Stranding 2 because I was watching Jack play that. I wanted to draw Cat as a mech with like a robot tail. My plan for a painting that I did do of Tommy, which again I posted on my Instagram. I was still trying to come up with ideas for the plant pot idea. Then I created a new spider Sona who I named Slingshot. I don't know if I've shown them anywhere at this point, not even on Instagram, so that might be a secret for the next sketchbook tour. And then I wanted to do a redesign of a sticker I made of Hans ages ago. He's another OC. I was trying to come up with a kind of like graphic font, you know, like graffiti for my previous spider Sona, who is called Aranakist, and I was just struggling a lot, and you can't even really read what it says. Like, can you tell that says Aranakist? Then just some more doodles of like frogs for my friend Fia, Alex and Farah because I love them from Call of Duty, and then this is the design that I ended up going with for my friend for her birthday. And yeah, then a little colour thing down here to help with one of my RTX videos, and that's pretty much it. I just stuck some stickers here on the back. I have a post-it note where I crossed off video ideas that I did, And then also this picture of Cullen that is from ages ago that I just shoved in here. So there's nothing else in here. And that is it. That's it for this video. It was a bit of a mess. I hope it was still enjoyable, considering this was just like my raw thoughts, so it's kind of not that neat. It's hard to give a good commentary for it that isn't just listing everything on the page, which I feel like is what I ended up doing. So yeah, I do hope that this was still enjoyable. Yeah. This is my current ideas book. It's one that I designed. It's up on Redbubble if you're interested, but it is just it's a crossover, it's a crossover between Pokemon and Watch Dogs because, you know, I combine my obsessions and it was just something extremely self-indulgent. I just really wanted a book of it, and so I made one. And then I've stuck some stickers on the back as well. And yeah, a Kuromi clip. It's an RTX clip, but I stuck Kuromi on it because I didn't want the logo. Yeah. So this one I've barely used it, so it's gonna take a while before there's another one of these videos. But my actual sketchbook is filling up quite fast, so I don't know, we might have another sketchbook tour soon. I'm not going to make any promises, it's probably still going to be next year, but hopefully within like the first couple months. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. As always, a massive thank you to my Patreons: Dispe, Grimclow, The Waffle of Life, Non-Toxic, Saint Nick's, LP, Kira May, Kay, Joanna, Mila, Pretty Rotten, R.A. Foxy, Joanna Snake Moon, Humble Frogs, Local Fish Keeper, Mould Ghoul, Fararware, Sun Arts, Molly Marula, Scout Radley, Sammy Bear 127, Kenzania, Jade S, Arrow, Charlie, Malorus, Cindy King, Art by Lavender, Angel of the Woods, Rainbow Tea, Breaded Nuggets, Learns, Humani, The Moth Bug, Nox, Catbird House, The Tormented Shadow, Sweet and Hopeless, Pocket, Jordan's Tiny Planet, The Coffee Rain, Black Jackal Art, Leela Loves You, Faith, A. Wendu, Kozoscobs, Wolf and Wares, Ronnie, Olivia Gadbor, Heather F, Cheris Needham, Rotting Lettuce, Binixery, Cyrus Orion, Lolo, Brianna McGraw, Malbon Designs, Gamut Girl, Dodo, Catberry Studio, Solar Tortoise, Venom Horror, Auden, Red S Lily, Hayley, Sienna G, Lady Ratbird, Fia, Greenfinch G Illustration, Lynn, Cody, Pobbles, Kaleidoscope Arm, Cloud, Cleo, Redders, Ziutka, Chelsea Amson, Beetle Ghost, Artsy Ghost, Melisandra Sinclair, Bria Washington, Hurrier, June, Dakota Garcia, Elithra, Manon, Perpy, Lily Likes Art, Valent Dykes, Rona, Quill, I Am a Yertle, Levi, Tink, Daniel McGuinness, Janine, Dios Live, Ella Chenshuo, K2, Flossie, August, Stegosaurus, Yoinks, Soundly Manners, Bleety, Chloe, Starry Fern, Kiki, Lotus Whimsy, and Nuclear Nail Bomb. Thank you guys all so much for your support, and I should hopefully have another video out for you soon, so I will see you then.